I'm a bit too much, but I'm finding games. When I'm at the top, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Won't you kiss us in the morning light?
Welcome to Portimão, Portugal for the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships final medal match. Open division play about to get set. Humiliswag from the US, the #1 seed from the get-go, taking on Jetset Open from Belgium, representing the city of Leuven. I'm Stefan Rapazzo alongside Liam Grant as we are about to sink our teeth into this one. Liam alongside, and for everybody at home, we do have Portuguese and Dutch commentary too, if that suits your ears. But Liam, this one is going to be a classic match. What do you got for expectations? Let's set this one up.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I was expecting a USA-Belgium Worlds final this year. Wasn't expecting it here. I was expecting it in Australia, but the Belgians never made it, but they've made it this far, and it's Jetset without their most talismanic, most famous player, Don Marais. He's over in Chicago. I think he wants to lose a US championship with a machine. I think that's his plan, to get knocked out of quarters with his mate Joe White. But Jetset have made it this far without him. Humiliswag, although falling to the Spanish early on in the tournament, Coyotes have maintained their course to the final, and we are going to see a USA versus European team, which is what all the crowd wants, Steph.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this one is set up to be an absolute cracker. It is going to not be a split crowd here. It's going to be a very heavy European crowd cheering for Jetset, as much as they're cheering against the U.S. I think the whole world of ultimate spectatorship has got used to cheering against the American powerhouse. That we love them. They play well. We try to emulate them and take what we can from them as the upper echelon of our sport. This is a tournament where thus far they've gone through 2 divisions and haven't taken one. This is their first division they are featuring in a final, which is almost unheard of nowadays in World Championship Ultimate.
I do know one person, Tim Morley, who's in the Philippines right now. He'll be cheering for Humiliswag. He was watching the stream earlier, saw Boracay win a bronze medal in the mixed division. And having played with Humiliswag myself back in the day, I'll try to remain neutral, but it's hard not to cheer on the underdogs, Jetset, who lost the game as well to Salispils early on in the tournament, got revenge, and in a really exciting semi-final didn't get broken at all, the Jetset O-line. They're probably going to have to do something similar here to get the big upset against the Americans, but they've looked fantastic, that Jetset O-line. We see a pre-game Spirit Circle, Jonathan Goose Helton. We talked to him early on in the game. There's a bit of shade thrown at them in terms of pivoting through marks. He talked about how often it was a legal mark, and I think they're just trying to settle that now in the Spirit Circle. Anything that might come up in the game, have a discussion now. Hopefully there won't be any calls in this one, and I'm expecting a really, really clean game, Steph.
Yeah, I expect the same, particularly because there were a few ruffles along the way. There were some unhappy losers as such when Magic Disc lost, that not so happy about it, and let it be known on the world of social media. And since then, Humiliswag have said there's nothing to hide here when they see an infraction. they're not going to let that disadvantage them, rather than being able to potentially throw through and flip that disadvantage the other way. And that's precisely what they said they'll be discussing in this Spirit Circle. You see the stars and the stripes of flying there. And
the Americans bring in 20 players here, one of the largest rosters. I do believe they'll be without Will Chendo, who I think he injured himself in a previous game.
Yeah, it was a very interesting strip call against the Sun Doggies, a simultaneous catch. Chen went to ground. He was still pleading his case, and by the time he let go of the disc, he realized his shoulder maybe dropped a little more than normal, and from that, he will be inactive in this game. So,
stage is set for a fabulous final here. Ideal ultimate conditions. A bit of a sea breeze coming in now, but nothing to bother these lads.
It is indeed a sea breeze. Arthur van der Oost, one of the top players, Arnaud van der Oost, sorry, one of the top players, point getters for this Jetset team. He has been scintillating out of hand and in the end zone. A tough man to stop, nearly splitting his 40 stats, 21 and 19 assists to goals, showing his diversity as an offensive player. He really is the center of this offense. This is a Leuvenite club, Liam. They have added some pieces. Many of these teams that push through do, but really this one has a great range of local players, and Arnaud van der Oost is the central character to that for Jetset.
I like how Jetset have kept a lot of their traditional club players on the O-line. You saw Spalholz beside him. A lot of the, I won't say pickups, Spalholz played with them last year as well at the European Grass Series, are on the D-line, so they're keeping an honest O-line at least. As we look at Humiliswag preparing for this match.
And you know, they've had a lot of players that have been contributing as well. It is Brett Matsuka, a player I know very well from his days in Australia, but one that the whole world knows very well from his excellence. Specifically on sand, he has won in many iterations of the game, but he really is a beach specialist. He is slight underfoot. He moves so quick as though he's floating on sand. And his bag of tricks we talked about last time, his range of throws really moves the most from one axis point to the other. He can throw anything, and he's been putting a lot of those throws on display throughout the entire week, particularly those two matches we got to see here on stream. And there's Brett saying that the American rock and roller playing some guitar for us, Liam.
Coming into this game with 16 assists, 0 goals. He's out there to quarterback the D-line. That's actually his role on the team. So when they got an opportunity to break, he's got a powerful forehand and he's not afraid to use it. You can see having fun. Some of the Humiliswag side. A few of them did go to the party last night, I've been told. Jetset, not really the case. They're saving their beers for today. And this Jetset O-line, I think I've played the best offense of any team here. They're not exactly superstars, but their spacing is great, their timing's really good, and on beach it's all about flow, dynamic, understanding. And they beat that Salispils superstar team that were bigger than them, faster than them, but it didn't matter. Jetset flowed the best and didn't get broken at all in that game, and full stands here in Portimão.
Yeah, it's this atmosphere. I mean, we can't touch on it enough. It is incredible. The stands they've set up right at the corner of the river mouth here, and it is absolute magnificence. We are going to move it down to the field and get some player announcements.
welcome our finalists for the Open Division at the Beach Club Championships 2024. From the first seed coming into the tournament, it is Humiliswag in the red tanks, Ty Knockin wearing number 1, Matt Miller in number 2, Casey Degnan number 3, Jay Frood in 4, Kurt Gibson in 7, Elijah Long in 11, James Pollard 17, Anthony Lopez in 20, and Jordan Queckburner in 22. Xavier Payne in 23, Will Chen in 25, KJ Koo in 27, and Andrew McKelvey in the number 30. 33 is Alex Jakowski, 37 is Ben Levinsky, 41 Mario O'Brien, 42 Sam Gabrielson, 45 Brett Matsuka, 77 is Elliot Trotter, Milan Ravenel in 89, and their wonderful coaching set, Mark Schlumphuber and Jonathan Goose Helton. Humiliswag. From the number 7 seed, it's the Belgians of Jetset. In 1 is Landa de Cana. Number 4, Martin Romans. Number 5, Emile Derick. Number 9, Luca Tognetti. Number 10, Arnoud van der Oost. Number 19 is Sebastian Gassenmeyer. Number 21, Arthur Moyerson. Number 23, Sofiane Bonton. 24 is Robin Wouters. Elias Rabier in number 28. Brecht Heymans in 29. Jesse Lux, 36. Alexander Spalholz and August Bessert in 14. And their coach not playing is Christoph Phillips in 95. The pool will start very soon, folks. Let's have a great open final.
Well, if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will. The MJ Music, Alan Parsons Project, I believe. I hope I get that right. But oh goodness, you hear the crowd get behind. We assumed as much, and if the player introductions are any indication, it is very clear that Jetset will have the 8th person on their team in the form of that stadium grandstand. They are well behind Jetset. This is getting exciting now, Liam. Getting some goosebumps.
Yeah, during that Jetset introduction, I could barely hear myself think. The grandstand taking to their feet to cheer on the team in white. I think Humiliswag, a lot of the players, certainly Kurt Gibson, we see him there doing a bit of stretching, will be well used to not being the crowd favorite. Played and has won a number of world championships throughout his career. Also has a YouTube channel these days and give him some advice. One of the greatest throwers ever in the Open Division. I think him and Ashton Joy would be the greatest of all throwers.
Yeah, that's very hard to dispute that claim, Liam. And a lot of players on Humiliswag that have been considered as the greatest in many regards of the game, whether cutters, throwers, defenders, overall players. I feel like I'm harping on it to say, sure, they are not in their perfect age of prime, but these are polished champions that, yes, even a few years beyond their prime, they are these 1%ers. They are still at the very top of the pile. And of course, on the sand, the great equalizer really keeps them able to run and gun with just about any matchup they might see.
And I think they're going to bring more pressure athletically on defense. I think a lot to do with that larger roster. 20 players, as I said, Will Chen out for this one, so 19. They can roll through fresh D-lines, have a lot of big athletes there. Not really the same situation for Jetset, just 14 players. They'll be practically playing the same lines, O and D, as we see Landa de Crana on the field. It's not often he's not pulling when he's on the field, but Emile Derick, you know, blessed with a lot of great pullers, this Jetset side. I think one of the best pullers in Europe right now.
Tognetti as well is like every point puller for his club team back in Bologna. And we are underway, lands in and rolls into Boracay Ultimate in the back of the end zone. And it is going to be Mario O'Brien who picks it up and takes it to the front line.
Expect that from every pull step. They're going to do that high arcing backhand. It's going to roll out the back.
O'Brien sets things in motion. Cuts come from every which way, long back to O'Brien. Bid by Spellholt, but it gets to Gibson. Gibson to Long. Long looks central, leads inside O'Brien. Center of the pitch, and Gibson and Spellholtz tangle legs, and we're going to get a stoppage because of it.
Loving that matchup already, and the crowd getting involved early on. Don't like any stoppages, legitimate or not.
A long enough stoppage, but accepted foul. Looks like Tognetti is ready to tap it back in, and it's O'Brien who leads to Frood, and an immediate pick called out of the stoppage. Frood Bontemps, another tasty matchup out there. Back to O'Brien, looks to break and does. Gibson facing the end zone. Now to the dump space. Long back to Gibson. Gibson fakes the around, then turns, fires to Frood. Frood dumps. Gibson looks center, bid, but gets through. Only just Lander de Craan throwing the body, but a goal to Eliza Long and Humiliswag.
High octane ultimate to kick things off. Touchdown USA. They get the upwind hold, but there was bids aplenty from Jetset. Long running the hard yards here, and you can see have a lot of big men on this D-line. Jetset much bigger than their O-line.
And pressure now switched over to that all Leuvenite O-line. Humiliswag did win the flip and chose to receive. The logical choice by my estimation. And pole sets sail, lands in, rolls out. It'll be Heymans to pick up.
Looks like a split stack from Jetset. Two cutters on this near sideline.
And an early stoppage. Some tangle up. Upfield. Heymans. And misses with the first throw. Matsuka sprints to pick up. Break chance for Humiliswag on their first defensive chance. Matsuka gets way too much space there on the bid. On the doorstep. Surveying options. Here comes up the line and in for a goal. All too easy. KJ Koo and Humiliswag break, and you see the nerves of the Belgians.
KJ Koo silences the crowd here. They get their first break of the game, and this is my worry, Steph. All this Humiliswag side have played in stadiums before. These pressure Worlds finals aplenty. This is new territory for a lot of this Jetset side, and basically didn't turn over at all in that Salzburg game. The O-line just a couple later on in the game. I think went to 5-5 before there was any turnover in that game. And the turnover, unforced error, first pass, and you hate to see it for them. They need to rise to the occasion, shake that off, and get back into this one.
Yeah, they've got to get that D-line on the field. They've got to be able to trade from here. That's the last thing they needed, was to get a foot behind from the get-go. But that is the way this pans out. Heymans will initiate once again. Heymans into the dump space, Van der Oost, and it's Lander de Craan who's come under and over from the D-line. Bontemps has nothing to shoot at and then finds de Craan in the middle. Leads Van der Oost, nobody upfield. Van der Oost gets Bontemps in the dump space. Now the leading throw, up the line, Wouters. Goes around Van der Oost and a stoppage. Looks like a pickup field.
And something to note from that Salispils game, the Jetset team were so good at spacing and their timing. A little off kilter at times here.
Bontemps and another pick. 2 in as many points, or as many throws nearly. Van der Oost and Bontemps. And the two exchange once again. Now de Craan, and it seems to be a slightly stagnating offense. They go for the big shot. Bontemps takes a huge one over top. That'll get him fired up, and the crowd will join in.
And they needed something to cheer about. A lot of pressure coming from Humiliswag. Very flat forces on the mark from Humiliswag, stopping those unders. So this teases one out to Bontemps, and he ascends into orbit. A fantastic grab. Not a lot of separation there, just thrusting the big man. He gets one over Ben Levinsky, who's not a small fella either. Sofiane Bontemps, the moon catcher on this team from just up the road.
We're getting some intel down from the field. Benji letting us know that Moyerson, one of the players on the O-line, is dealing with a bleeding nose that is quite severe. I see him on the sideline getting tended to, and not sure how that happened, but whoa! Callahan! Luca Tognetti! The Rocket! And they've got their break back in the most exciting fashion!
And the crowd goes wild, Steph. Luca Tognetti blowing kisses to his fans. That is exceptional. He's like a shark. He could smell blood in the water. It came flying through there. Got to see that one again.
Pingu, as he's known, the Italian stallion, a member of the Tokai Super Team, and here doing it for Jetset. Oh my goodness, Liam Grant, is this stuff really happening?
And that was happening to him. Some of the best pullers in the world on your team. Emile Deric now gave Tognetti time to chase that one down. He's galloping down the field yet again.
And they'll take the land in and roll out. That gives a goal line start to Humiliswag and a guaranteed defensive setup to Jetset. Boy, oh boy, did that get the crowd going. And now we're back on serve. Art O'Brien leads, and it's low! Frood can't get there! De Craan on the pickup. Deric leads to Spell, holds back to Deric. De Craan takes one. In the red zone, leads with a backhand. They're in again. They are firing up. Smezot with the goal.
Pure magic from this Jetset D-line. Mario O'Brien miscues, and they capitalize yet again. Jetset momentum swinging to the sides of this Belgian outfit. They're enjoying themselves out there now. And you feel when this D-line gets the disc, they are stacked.
Oh, a force of inertia. If they can get going, they're hoping they can stay going here. Pingu chases down a Callahan. Decran with the assist there after capitalizing on the O'Brien error. And Jetset have firmly taken back momentum now with 2 breaks. They've not only accounted for the break that they succumbed to, they've also taken account for the flip that they were not able to win and are in position to dictate. Xavier Payne goes around to Koo. Koo spots the open receiver in the middle. Quick Borner, and now led upfield to Lopez. He had a Callahan of his own yesterday. Payne, and a foul called. Lopez and Robbins.
I think an insignificant foul in the grand scheme of things, but want to see both teams lowering the calls a bit.
Back in play high, but taken immediate to Quick Borner. And there was a second I thought it might go over, but the big unit gets up, takes it down, and levels things at 3.
As we see this again, this one may be getting a little higher than intended, but Jordan Quickborner, no bother taking one down off the top shelf. One of the OG members of this Humiliswag outfit. He was there 10 years ago on the beaches of LA and Layout. He was there when they won their first USA National Championships. They've won 3, that's the 3 stars on their jerseys.
So knotted up at 3s. We're on pace. If pace was stolen, it is Jetset in the lead in the break game, and that puts them in dictating position still. Van der Oost goes to Bontemps. Now in the middle, Van der Oost. Heymans goes to the far side. Ravier to Heymans, and Van der Oost comes under. The wind up, put away. Ravier. Heymans puts on another, Van der Oost puts a dance. Fakes the hammer, now goes to Heymans. Heymans holds off on the forehand and takes the wide open Van der Oost. Still not finding exactly what they want upfield, recycling in their own end. Bontemps. Finds the open Wouters. And now some space, Van der Oost. Upfield continuation, slow to get going, but now they're using the yards. A lot of contact, but the catch made. Laid to Ravier, makes a play. Far sideline. Cut up the line, not taken. Second cut, no, into secondary defense. Wouters! That's Van der Oost, rather, takes the left hand over the line. And Jetset manage a hold.
Van der Oost punches it in. That was a hard battle the whole way down the field. Humiliswag coming out with very flat forces, but very active, making the Jetset players throw a lot of fakes, and that's what they needed to do. Move the mark a bit, gain some space. Punishing that layout bid there. Thought he was going to punch it in on the first time of asking, but Van der Oost getting involved, celebrates emphatically, enjoying himself out there, and that's what this Jetset team need to do.
Z Moyerson has been cleaned up still. Some remaining blood on the wrist, but hoping that we're going to get him back out with the O-line. He has been a big part of their success over the course of the week. That pull again lands in, rolls out. I think they're happy enough if one flattens out and lands at the back, they'll take it as the bonus.
Emile Deric showing Lando Decrana and Luca Tonietti how to pull. He's kept pulling duties with those two men on the D-line. It's impressive.
Very much so. Mario O'Brien and Humiliswag getting things going. Long leads, gets away with one. Spalhold's got caught looking, but the Gibson throw won't go. Trotter had no chance at it. Into play. And they're taking advantage of a little bit of confusion on the transition. Spalholtz to Tognetti. Tognetti leads. DeCran goes up early and Frood takes advantage of it. Frood jogs back to the line, goes to Long. Long looks inside. Gibson, wind up, put away. Fired to the other side, O'Brien. Mario O'Brien shovels far side, now back to O'Brien. Middle of the pitch, meter out of his own end zone. Frood leads to Gibson, pop past O'Brien, there's space. O'Brien takes the shot, not in, but completed, popped into Trotter for the goal. They had to work for that one. Scores tied for a piece.
Long gets the assist from his knees. A spicy point from Humiliswag. They hold on just about. Shout out to Elliot Trotter. Gave me my first break in the commentary role. Wouldn't be here without him. Also one of the long-lasting members of this Humiliswag outfit.
Him and DeCran having a little chat after they got tangled up there. There's the throw from Tognetti. I think if Lander would have kept with it, he could have maybe boxed out Frood or had a better battle, but did get a little ambitious on the chase.
Jay Frood, the best bowler on this team. The Humiliswag team went for a game of bowling yesterday. He rolled a 233.
Ah, nice. Heymans to Van der Oost. Bontemps, far sideline. Deep cut coming, but not taken. Moyerson back out on the pitch. Heymans to Van der Oost to Bontemps. Van der Oost gets going, had separation, but no throwing lane to get there. Heymans fakes and then goes to the other side. It's Wouters. Bontemps to Moyerson. Moyerson pops one to Van der Oost and gets going. The deep doesn't come. Wouters, nice change of direction. Heymans, oh, Wouters was there, still there, just took a different path to get there. 5-4, Jetset holds.
Wouters forever free, driving down the line, playing some good give-go offense. That's more like it from the Jetset side. Finding their groove now. It was a shaky start to this game, but this is the fantastic offense they've been playing all week long.
And a shaky start, but wow, an electric feel this far in. 9 points into this game. I certainly like it. Here's my encouragement for you back home to hit that like button yourself. Work the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe and become a patron with ULTI.TV. We love having you and bringing you this wild action, this time from the beautiful beaches of Portimão. So 5-4, we're 20 minutes in, and Humiliswag go again. Jakoski goes to Frood, and Frood to the far side to Long. Jakoski. O'Brien comes under, fires one inside, sticks it to McKelvey. McKelvey to Long, now Frood again. And Jakoski kept going, but drew through traffic and a pick called. Frood's hands, Derek waiting for readiness, now the tap. Frood. Didn't like O'Brien's spacing, goes up line along. Great defense by Derek there. O'Brien opens up in the backfield, quickly back to Long. Long still looking on the backhand side, goes backwards to O'Brien. O'Brien puts the flipper up, tests, and just gets past Tonieti. Jakoski back at the end zone with a goal.
AJ Jakoski gets his first goal of the game. He got the game winner in the semi-final, sending love to the fans at home. Long-standing captain of this Humiliswag side. Former lifeguard as well, so if anyone does have a heart attack here today in this open final, we got AJ on standby.
He could help out there too, couldn't you, Liam?
The games I broadcast very rarely end in drowning, Steph.
Well, 5-5. We have had holds since it was 3-2 for Jetset. They got 2 breaks in a row there, and we've gone back and forth trading. All of those holds clean except for one. Vanderost goes to the far side. It's Wouters inside de Bontemps. He does a flurry of spinning pivots. Heymans, nice elevator pop pass. Vanderost to Heymans. And he does hang on to that, but only just. Moyerson gets Bontemps coming into the fill space. Bontemps checks the around, now gives to Moyerson. Moyerson waits for Heymans to get going. He shakes free of Matsuka, and another pushy pop pass. Moyerson comes under. Wouters gets the disc. Legs are getting a little bit heavy for Jetset here. Bontemps goes for it, but Jetset stays patient. Moyerson is all alone underneath. And another pop pass. Heymans fearless. A timeout called by Jetset. The Humiliswag defensive pressure was ramping up, Liam.
I think we saw 3 push passes in that possession. Not sure if they're going to try another. I think Humiliswag going to have to adjust to that and stop the push pass. But yeah, really stagnating this Jetset offense. Not a lot of cuts coming downfield, and they're just going to take a breather.
Yeah, we're going to take a breather here too. It is all tied up, 5-5, Humiliswag Jetset. We'll be back with more action just after this. These glorious scenes from above showing you the jewel of the Algarve of where we are here, Portimão, Praia del Roca. And boy, oh boy, is it all happening. This last final of the trio is shaping up to be an absolute cracker. It's 5-5, Liam, and it is electric.
Jetset calling an in-game timeout. Only one timeout per team per game. And they're doing it in the point because they were going nowhere. They were stifled, they were struggling, push passing the way out of trouble. As you see a Mexican wave going along the stands.
But these timeouts are precious. They must have really needed that one. Let's see if they can get themselves into the far end zone. Vanderost gets Heymans. Deep shot goes. Bontemps all alone. Oh, misses the pin. It's just a bit too far.
Jetset's plans are foiled. You felt the deep shot was coming. Looks like it was money for Bontemps, but this drifted a little too far. And great defense from Humiliswag, sagging in the lane a lot. Very flat forces, just stifling the cuts of this Jetset team.
The cut was on, the throw missed by inches, and now it's the Humiliswag D-line hoping to break. Moving very, very quickly. Coup and Payne exchange. Payne with the disc as they get better spacing. Now Matsuka leads. Pollard is going to hold that one in. He got wildly free, and Humiliswag break and take the lead back.
And we are back on serve. Steph Rapazzo, brilliant stuff. Sophie Bontemps put his hands to his knees, didn't even follow Pollard. And you feel like that could be an advantage to Humiliswag as the game goes on. They have a lot more legs to choose from. Xavier Payne helping to get things moving, but it's the cannon of arm of Brett Matsuka. He loves that forehand and just puts it out into space.
Brett getting it done, 2 assists, doing what he does best. Shout out to all the Chicago Machine fans that have been supporting Xavier Payne, who they call Egg Xavier. But maybe one Chicago Machine player this year cheering, you know, for the other team, with Dan Demarais, the Jetset native, on that Machine side this time. So maybe a little bit of division in the ranks over there. Pingu, Tognetti playing a little bit of offense here after the break. Tognetti winds up, pops a backhand over top to De Crane. To Spalholz, Pingu's on the way, but they don't get the throwing lane. Spalholz inside, De Crane, now Tognetti. Tognetti motions with the offhand, gets Derrick in the dump space. He gets out, De Crane comes in. De Crane, back to Derrick. Taking what's available. Tognetti, De Crane, and Derrick have been in a bit of a cycle. Now Spalholz takes high. Spalholz leads. Tognetti scores. Another hold. We're tied at 6. Nice looking offense by Jetset.
And that was the D-line playing offense for Jetset. Entire D-line came onto the field. That's where Tognetti, Spalholz, Derrick have been playing, showing the O-line how to get it done. We'll see what they do now. Do they put the O-line on D and just, hey, we're switching up the lines, this is the way the game is going? Big decisions to be made. You know, certainly the more famed names on the D-line of this roster, and it's proven effective for them throughout the tournament in getting breaks.
I mean, yeah, you got to give your O-line another chance. They have not been bad. They got broken on the last point. They're going to stay out there, but I do think if Jetset have to scrape breaks and if they get into high pressure, those are some of the guys you want. Spalholz, De Crane, and Tognetti. I mean, we've seen each of those individuals take over games in the past. I go back to Tom's tourney this year when I'm not sure if it was La Foto or Red Bulls, but the Bologna team, Tognetti took over the second half of that game and won it on his own back.
Again, that one landing just at the back line. Exhibition of pulls from both sides of this game. Mario Bryan has won a couple of world championships already, one with BFG in the mixed division back in Cincinnati. He won one last year on beach with Team USA. Can he do it here?
O'Brien goes to the backfield, gets it back from Long. Now Gibson. Back to O'Brien, recycle. Gibson gets a big upline leader, had power position, looks back to the inside, takes O'Brien. O'Brien quick to Frood, back into the middle. O'Brien with all sorts of space, Long now deep into the red zone, goes back to O'Brien. O'Brien, Frood. Frood looks upfield, can't get around. Takes the inside lane to O'Brien. Now around to Frood, he's got space, bodies flying, and just enough of a seam gets that one through to Gibson.
Frood, the bowling extraordinaire, strikes that one down the middle and finds Gibson. Great clean hold from Team USA. O-line's having to upwind a bit now as that sea breeze comes in.
How I forgot to mention that was just Galaxy Point and we've taken half, I do not know, but it was, and now it is halftime. Of course, these 45-minute breaks, the half is treated with the same timing as any 2 points sequentially. There is no additional break. And because Humiliswag scored and we're on serve, there is no change. Jetset set to receive in the second half, and they will.
This game delivering everything we hoped. A brilliant showcase of the sport here on the sands of Praia da Rocha in Portimão.
Here comes the pull. Pollard overcooks it, and that one's a brick.
I think that might be the first brick of the game, Steph.
To my memory, but my memory's definitely let me down before. But I think you're right, Liam.
Now we do see Tognetti on the O-line now.
Pingu to Heymans. Thought about the up-line continuation, but takes the more obvious inside. Ravier fires one to Wouters. Tognetti again. Around to Heymans. Heymans pops one over the blind arm of Matsuga to Tognetti, and then under the arm. Moyerson leads, and Jetset score. Wouters in the corner. Tied up, a couple of mullets on the board.
Tognetti finds himself anchoring the O-line offense. And he's one of the few players on this Jetset roster that has experience playing in a World's Final. If you go back to the U24 championship in Australia, where the Italians almost upset the Americans, he's trying to do the same here now with the Belgian outfit. And these are the in-game adjustments of people, hey, who's playing well, put them on the O-line if they're doing the job.
And, you know, it sucks for Jetset to not have Christoph Phillips, a great player. But I love that the team, because of his inability to play, has his services, and a player who is one of the brains of the operation over there in Leuven, unable to play, can remove himself from the game, make these calls, balance these lines. That is so much easier to do when you don't have the beating heart of running and making things work on the field with your body and your mind. Mario O'Brien, as that pull bounced and stayed in. Well played by Long. Frood to O'Brien. Spalholtz is coming on Gibson, and Gibson rolls down the windows with the windmill arms there. O'Brien to Gibson. Stall count cooks just a little bit, and he gets it upfield to McKelvey. Frood now. Gibson pushing up that far sideline. Motions twice and put them both away. Long. Back to Kurt Gibson. Gibson and Long exchange. And again, Gibson. Very patient and composed, and find that space. Elijah Long gets open in the corner. It's 8-7.
Patient offense from Gibson. He's going toe-to-toe with Spalholtz. Waits for the easy shot and some blown coverage with the Krana there. I think the switch was coming. Confusion, and leaves an easy shot to the end zone.
You see Lander de Crown getting the crowd in this. He knows they need him. I think the crowd has been helpful thus far, and they've got to get over a bit of a hump still. They've got their defense on the field, and this is where, they've got their O-line back in the field. They got to hold one themselves, and then that's where they win it. Right now, it's where they feel a bit more pressure Their offense out there playing from behind. They must score, as always, the later you go in this game. We're 35 minutes in 10 minutes, we're going to get to our time cap.
No Chognetti on the O-line for Jetset now. This is the more traditional O-line, which has struggled at times to find their flow, but maybe wanting Chognetti on that D-line. He's already got a Callan for them, so they need to break the win here.
Hamans goes around. Bonton in the middle of the field. He fires deep. Moyerson on the cheese. Gets it at the back of the end zone.
All the way from downtown. Bonton launches a big flick hook. Fearless. And they are pumped up right now. Steph, 8-8, a few snowmen on the board.
What a game we are being treated to here. Moyerson, after the second point of the game, had a face full of blood. And now he is streaking down the field and chasing down goals. It's tied up at 8. The crowd is fired up and in this one. And let's not forget about the beautiful sandy beaches of Portimão. What more could you ask for? I'm not sure.
Well, certainly blood, sweat, and tears will be spilt already on these beautiful sands. What a way to end the tournament. Would you rather be anywhere else in the world? Certainly not in Chicago, anyway.
No, not right now. Sorry, boys. O'Brien with the disc. Tchaikovsky moves to McKelvey and then quick. Tchaikovsky again. O'Brien with the disc. Tchaikovsky in the backfield leads up line. Good distribution. Frood tests the around. Mark moves with him. O'Brien has to get down to keep that one up. Up line from Koo. Koo fires. Frood looks good for it. It's not! Trips up just a bit. 2 hands and a ground strip. And here is a chance to break for the Luminites from Jetset. Or the other way around, you know what I mean.
Team USA with the fumble. Frood, it looks like he hesitated about which hand to go with. Indecision about how to catch it. Comes up with a fistful of sand. And it is Luca Chognetti with the weight of a nation on his back. This time it's the country of Belgium.
Into play. DeCran comes under. Leads to Chognetti. Chognetti gets a little too excited, and Humiliswag are going to get it back. He overshot Spalholtz by a whole bunch there.
A complete misfire. Wasn't even close to being the right kind of throw. Spalholtz had some yards, but he was never getting that one. I feel that's a big missed opportunity for a Jetset.
Deep shot, hanging up. Spalholtz takes it away. The big Austrian gets in the way, and now he's got Chognetti. DeCran fires deep. They're testing it. They're getting it. That's a break. Jetset retake the lead. It's 9-8.
The grandstand is rocking. A break for the Belgian side. Exceptional from Spalholtz. Gotta see that one again. Advantage now for Team Jetset. What a win this would be if they could hold on now. Murray O'Brien tested Spalholtz. He turned on airplane mode and just took flight.
Oh my goodness. Alexander Spalholtz putting on a show. That was one of the greatest defensive layouts I've ever seen, and I get around the block from time to time. Unbelievable stuff. The goal in the end goes to Gassenmeyer, but Spalholtz with that block lit up the crowd and lit up his team.
You see him getting a handshake from Will Chen there. Love it from the Humiliswag side. You gotta appreciate greatness.
Appreciate it there. Payne goes to Matsuka. Matsuka thinks about the big one, but then goes flipper. Quick Borner adjusts. Catch at the knees, and now Payne leads Matsuka on the doorstep. Shot for goal and into Miller. Humiliswag absorb and quickly hold back the other way. Tie things up again at 9.
Ice in the veins yet again from Brett Matsuka. That was the D-line of Humiliswag playing offense. Jetset did it earlier. Humiliswag doing it here. Send out a different line to steady the ship. And they do just that. Matt Miller finishing that one off. The man from San Diego went to school in Cal Poly Stowe. Played with the SoCal Condors as well. So man familiar with the beach.
There you see Matsuka's stat line, 3 assists. What we've come to expect from him, anchoring the defensive unit. Does a great job defensively, but very much there to quarterback the conversions. There's the pull from Payne. That one lands in and picked up by Haymans. Requires a layout, and people put their hearts back in their chests after he's able to collect. Wouters to De Krane. Lander gets a beautiful low release around. Now a high release, Lander again. De Krane. High, well taken. Wouters to Bontemps. Haymans up the line and missed. Loses his feet. The throw was a bit too far. Chance to break back. Humiliswag. Coup to Payne. Payne winds up, doesn't take the shot. Back to Matsuka and Payne again. Coup gets space underneath. Defensive switch. Back to Payne. Payne fires. Hanging one up for Ravenel. The defense comes just in the nick of time and knocks it away. Ravenel had space, but that one floated too much and gave Ravier a chance to be a hero, and he took that chance.
It was going to be a jump battle and a ghosty in the end.
He did not get the D, Ravier, but he did get in front. Those footsteps that you hear when things seem so certain. 2 turnovers on the point. Haymans walks it back to the line. Matsuka on the initiating mark. Haymans goes to De Krane. Now Bontemps. Oh, sticky fingers there. De Krane picks up and fires. Matsuka versus Haymans. Back in the end zone coming. Greatest attempt. Oh my goodness, Liam to keep it alive. Haymans comes back. Liam, my brains are melting out of my ears. What is going on out there?
What have we just witnessed? A greatest in the world's final. This game more electrifying than a hairdryer in a hot tub right now. Everyone put their hands to their heads. What have we witnessed? Pure magic. Harry Houdini, eat your heart out.
Oh my God. This is unbelievable. It just, something new happens that I just can't believe. We got to slow down and take a little look at this again. There's the drone angle. Haymans keeps his foot, fires that backhand straight back. The layout pickup by Wouters to pick up, and then the presence of mind of Haymans to give a direct cut back. The brilliance. Oh my goodness. By the time he's kneeling, he's back up. Time has expired. We will finish this point and add one. Oh. Short pull. Mario O'Brien walks to the disc. O'Brien shakes, goes to Gibson. Gibson looks back to O'Brien, gets a leading centering throw to Frood in the corner. It's all tied up. It's 10 apiece. Time has expired. That makes it a game to 11, Liam. This is Universe Point.
You gotta love it, Steph. You gotta love it. What a show both these teams have put on to us. It's all going down to 1 point. The whole tournament on the line here. Who are Jetset going to put out there?
Both these lines will keep a keen eye on who's getting the nod. Looking down to our left, Payne will be pulling. Ku, Matsuka, Queckborner on the line already. One will join them, it's Pollard. On the other side, Liam, they are sticking with a relatively, the trio of Leuven fellas, Moyerson, Heymans, and Tariq, with Tognetti and De Crana joining. This is it. Universe Point, 10-10, game to 11.
Who wants to put their names in the Ultimate Hall of Fame, win a World Championship here? Everyone on their edge of the seat in the grandstand. Here we go, Steph. This is it.
The pull from Pollard. It's up. Universe Point is on. Slightly mishandled, but Tognetti picks up and goes to Heymans. De Craan comes under. Moyerson's gone deep. Tariq's got space in the middle, a bit of a cross up, and De Craan finds Tognetti. Tognetti goes to Tariq. Now De Craan gets meters to Tognetti. Moyerson stretches the field. De Craan is shot past. It's Moyerson there. Now Tognetti into the attacking half. They go back to Tariq. Tognetti with the disc. Leads for the goal. Moyerson puts down the toe. Jetset have done it. Gold medalists and world champions here on the beaches of Portimão. Can you believe it, Liam?
Moyerson does it for Jetset. Leuven, the fairy tale story, has a happy ending. What a performance in this final. Spirit, a winner as well. Such a fantastic performance from both teams. Humiliswag can keep their chins held high.
What a game. We had it all. Everything you could have asked for in a World Championship final was delivered out on that pitch. You said the word spirit there, Liam. I think as well-spirited of a game as we've seen in a very long time, and then to consider that a World Championship was at stake. Look at the crowd reacting to these boys from Belgium. Jetset are world champions on the sand.
The Belgian beers will be flowing tonight on the sands of Portimão. And they're enjoying themselves out there, as they should. I think they've been a standout team of this Open Division. They played some fantastic beach ultimate. I think we'll look back on that greatest for years to come, Steph.
The finishing point, Tognetti here fearlessly leads that OI backhand. Moyerson in the corner drags the toe again. He may have been out of this game. Face full of blood at the start of this game. Face full of Eurodisc pink plastic in his hands there at the end to finish things off. Cannot believe what we were treated to. That game to go down in the history books. The first ever World Beach Ultimate Club Championships to finish off like this is really something special. Maybe one of the first World Championships in a very long time for all American teams to be left off the top of the podium. Though Humiliswag pushed as hard as one team could possibly push and still be left off. That was a valiant effort for them to receive those silver medals. You see Emile de Rijk.
Tears of joy. The man has worked so hard to get here, and we were maybe thinking to be a Belgian world champion this year. I don't think many people had Jetset at this particular tournament, but they believed, and it was a spicy game. There was 7 clean holes apiece, just one extra turnover, the difference in the end.
Yeah, tidy enough game. The breaks early went the way of Humiliswag. The Callahan that tipped off 2 in a row. The only run of the game, 2 breaks in a row for Jetset in the early going to go from down 2-1 to up 3-2. Single breaks each after that. The greatest at the back of the end zone that still took a layout recovery. We had absolutely everything in that game. We are going to get an interview coming soon here, Liam. It's a good time now. I did say this is the last championship game of this tournament. It is. But there is a showcase, a WFDF showcase game coming up. Very much to be able to present to the IOC in Olympic bids. It'll be France versus Spain, so I hope you stay with us. A 4-on-4 beach game. A concept presented for the IOC.
And it looks like we will be getting an interview with Emile de Rijk and Arthur Moyerson as soon as they're done crying. Tears of joy, of course, Steph.
Wipe those tears away. Pop those celebratory bottles. But first, they'll be able to express to us how good it feels to be the first world champions. And we are just about ready. We're going to throw down to Hannah downstairs and get some words from the champs.
I'm here with Arthur Morrison and Emile de Rijk. First of all, congratulations. What's your message to your fans back home?
Thank you for watching. It was an amazing fucking week.
We know that we got many messages. There were so many people watching at home, here in Belgium, everywhere. I think the whole sideline was cheering for us. I think it was just we felt the support from everyone. It was really amazing.
It was definitely hard for me and my emotions as well, for sure. So Arthur, tell us about that moment when you see the disc, your nose is already running with blood. What was going through your mind?
I was just thinking, I've got a meter or 2 on my defender. I can catch it with both hands, secure the catch. And that's what I did.
Simple. I like it. And Emile, what does this mean to Leuven back home? Because of course we've seen you host things, have an amazing season last year on grass. But what about this beach team?
I mean, I don't think any one of us, or even at home, would ever imagine we would pull off something like this. Like, we've been close to the top many times, always falling short. But now to finally actually become like a world champion is just unbelievable. Like, I don't think we believe it ourselves yet. It's just too crazy for words.
It will sink in eventually, I swear. So in terms of, obviously, you did have a little bit of extra help, some love, of course, to all of the Gentle fans, all of the Mooncatchers fans back home. But watching, of course, because you're a D-line player, Emile, watching that Luca Tognetti Callahan, what was that like for you?
I was just like, I couldn't believe it at first, but I was like, thank you. I knew that was exactly what we needed. Just big pull. Luca is sprinting like a demon across the field and just grabbing it in front of O'Brien. That was just awesome.
Well, it's going to be an amazing party. I'm sure corks are popping, beers are being opened across Belgium. If you had to sum up this experience, though, Arthur, in just a few words, what would you say?
It was a fucking amazing week. Super tiring though, but really, beach is just the shit. It's just so nice. You've got to see sand and lots of fun. That's it.
I agree. Where else would you have wanted to be? We'll throw back up to you boys in the booth.
Becky, amazing week here in Portimão. He took the words right out of my mouth. You gotta love it, Steph. You gotta love the passion.
Oh, unbelievable. Making sure they get their native language in there for the interview, but couldn't agree more. Liam, they are going to go down to presentations here. While they're doing that, we have a fair few shout-outs to make, too. This couldn't happen without so many people, and you know, we got a remote team back home, Noah Brinkworth, Milan van den Bovenkamp, Emma Whitaker, and El Presidente of ULTI.TV, Mike Palmer, back in Australia. The boys in the big screen, John and Bonanza, keeping that going for us. All the volunteers, of course, but two in particularly, Dmitry Doroshenko and Kuba, keeping the stats for us. We had a wealth of guest commentators over the course of the week. Ben Ort, Jamie Rabbits, Ravi Vasudevan, Ingeborg Kaulas, Sarah Sparks, Anna Nosovich, Amelia Durbin, Mark Duty, and John Greenfield. Our multi-lang comms, we hope you turned in, but Rafa Pifre, David Lemos, Anaïs Grezard, Régie Bontemps, Sam Destop, and Louis Cortu, all of them providing these extra language. And of course, our production team, the ULTI.TV crew, they work so hard. New guy on the cams and on the buttons, Robert Grabko, Luna Andrade taking on so many roles, but particularly running her butt off on the roaming cam. Chipsinson, working the boxing cams. They all do a bit of everything. Lodovic Laut. I never get it right, his Nederlander name, but our drone pilot, keeping you close. Lucia Pekarova and Felix Shardlow leading the show for us. I can't forget my full-time crew here. These guys have been awesome. Benji Reese and Hannah Pendlebury working. Liam Grant right here alongside for this game with me. He'll get his call out too, but a great job all week. And, you know, all the sponsors, workers, volunteers, the city of Portimão, and the two out there right now shaking hands. They really are the heartbeat of this operation. Patrick Van de Valk and Sofia Pereira, they put BULA on the map. They made this out of nothing. This was a little dream of theirs, and they turned this into a spectacular reality, and those thanks can not go unnoticed. So a huge heartfelt thanks, as you see all of our camera crew after the shout-outs, but huge heartfelt thanks. The last thanks before we have Liam's final words here is to all of you back home. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate your support. Hit that like button, become a patron, and subscribe. We're going to have a look at some replays here. Liam, last thoughts on this one?
Well, first, a big thanks to Steph Rapazzo, leading the commentary team, the voice of ULTI.TV. A great voice to match a magnificent final. Luca Cianetti, probably player of the match. Hard to argue with a Callahan and the game-winning assist. You gotta love that one.
Yeah, this was nothing but excitement from beginning to end. We're going to leave you with this highlight package. There'll be some scenes of the medal presentation. But for all of ULTI.TV, for Liam Grant alongside, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
So baby, put the record on. Baby, put the record on. Hit it. And I've been needing that crazy. And I gotta
officially opens. And for the spirit of the game, I would like to pass the word to Kate to present the spirit ribbon. And spirit of the game, all burned us. Thank you very much for a very spirited game. You got a lot of great comments, very nice jackets. Thank you very much. Thank you for your human amazingness. You guys are amazing. Let's continue to grow our sport together. Number 2, just a silly message for my staff and volunteers. We want to get a picture of everybody after the showcase game over there by the fort. And Quentin is going to take a picture of all of us. The last thing, if you're not sitting on the stands and you're at the bars, get back here soon at 5 o'clock. The showcase game, the Whiskey showcase game starts. I'm going to pass the word. It's my honor to pass the word to Rod now from Whiskey, the president of Whiskey.
Thank you so much. So I hope you all had an awesome week. What an incredible sight this is. I really want to thank BULA for putting on an incredible 118 team tournament here this week. I think you all had an amazing experience. And what a finish to the week. You know, what can you ask more from a game and to start with Italian and then with the greatest. Anyways, I want to let you know what the showcase is all about. We're going to do a 4-on-4 beach ultimate friendly rematch between France and Spain. We were asked by the IOC to show them what is possible. I was down in Australia in March, talking to the Brisbane 2032 organizing committee, and their CEO joined us at World for the finals day. Who knows what can happen there? We think beaches are an amazing possibility for Brisbane with their beautiful beaches. And I think it would be great if we could really show our spirit here so that we can demonstrate to the world what can happen. So I want to really encourage people to grab a beer, grab some food, and come right back out and cheer on a rematch between two incredible mixed teams. And let's have a little bit more fun before we finish up this week. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.